Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to episode 29 of the Beyond the Booster vlog. And yeah, we'll get into it today. It's been a somewhat busy week, not too much happening. It's probably people actually just dealing with January and the costs of Christmas. But, you know, what can you do? In the business news, I've placed my Marvel and Strixhaven Magic the Gathering pre-orders. I popped some down there, so that's quite exciting. More so the Strixhaven than the Marvel one. I think I'll get into that in a second, but it's a bit of a weird one. Yeah, with the Marvel sets. I mean, obviously with Avatar probably not performing, Spider-Man not performing, and obviously Universes Beyond in general. I suppose it's probably not just with me, but with other people around the Magic the Gathering space, sellers, and obviously consumers. It's probably not going to be a set that many people jump at immediately. I think they'll have to put something amazing in there to make it sell. When you do have successful sets like Avatar, loads of people enjoyed that, but you can just see the value of the set kind of on a decline. The same, obviously, Spider-Man's bottoming out as well. And, you know, people were hyping that up to the gods. And I think this will be another set where people will be way more apprehensive than they've ever been with the Universes Beyond set and a big IP, because, you know, they should go hand in hand. But I think obviously it's just not a brand that really is associated with Magic the Gathering. And I've definitely pre-ordered less than I usually would with the Universes Beyond set. I just don't think it's going to do too well, especially with the announcement of the Collector Commander booster decks and then the non-Collector Commander decks. I think that's not a smart thing to do. If I was Wizards and obviously Magic, Hasbro, whatever you want to say, you'd think we've got to really just give people what they want right now for Universes Beyond, because I don't think that they're performing to the standards and the levels that they should be. I know there's obviously the feeling of Universes Beyond, but still there's loads of fans out there. It's a good cross-reference for introducing new people. It's going to be really interesting to see how that does, but I'm certainly, from a capital and investment perspective, staying way back from that. And I think probably a lot of people will be, because I think a lot of people have been burnt by Spider-Man. You could say to an extent Avatar, but Avatar's actually a good set. It's just obviously not a crazy Magic the Gathering orientated set, more fandom. I'm not even going to get started on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but that's its own beast. Yeah, when it comes to it, I think I need to start thinking as the business grows and, you know, start to learn about running a business. This is where I'm at now, kind of 8 bumps in. I need to start thinking about how I manage my capital and, you know, reinvest and redeploy capital within my business. I think as an early business person, I've definitely fallen to the pride of, you know, RRP, and that's what I should sell it for. I think I need to start adjusting my viewpoints, sort of say, you know, well, if I need to free up capital, sometimes selling at a loss is fine because it's reallocating that capital into something that could be more profitable rather than locking up that profit for, you know, 3 to 6 months to, you know, even more, where it will then start making a profit. I could have sold and reinvested it multiple times by that point. And I think with TCG, obviously sets hit and miss. You can't just keep a hold of it in the anticipation you can do, because it's just going to stretch me and my business, because I'm self-funded. So that means I'm going to be constantly putting money into the business, and things will eventually start selling, but there's only so much stretch you can do before it starts to become burdenous. So I need to start thinking about how I value these immediate either losses, or how I grade what is something that I'm willing to hold on to. Collected booster boxes, willing to hold on to. They will have long-term value, even if they don't sell for the recommended retail price straight away. Avatar ones, everything else. But like say the Yu-Gi-Oh ones, Retro Pack 2s, or them boxes there, are they going to eventually sell? Yes, but am I better off reinvesting that into a different product that might turn over quicker. And I suppose for me, that's where my head's at right now. I'm starting to build an idea of what kind of tag I will give them, or will I give them a time range of 60 to 90 days? And, you know, it will be on a case-by-case basis, because I don't think one, if it doesn't sell in 60 days, you're a reduced price, is the right answer for everything. As I mentioned there, collector booster boxes of IPs, are they available? Are they in print? If I sell them now, can I pick them up later on? And there's loads of kind of like different thoughts going around my mind, and I suppose as a new business, that is a very normal thing to have, but it certainly got me uncertain. That's something I'm quite, you know, curious about. I overthink about these kind of things, but certainly from a position perspective, it's better to, as long as I've got a plan to do, rather than just sell them and have dead capital, reinvest it where I can, because there is value in that. Hopefully, time will tell. On a TCG news, it's been quite a busy week. You know, we've got quite a few things come out. Obviously, we've done kind of a week or so out of... Oh, is it fine? It's only been a week. It's felt like Lorwyn's been around forever now. Everyone's been really excited from that since way before. So it's nice to see a set come out and do really well. Everyone's really happy about it. And, you know, I'm happy for the Magic world. It's definitely something that I think was over... It was due. I think Tarkir was probably the last one I heard about, because I didn't really own the business before then. It's got me excited, and I think the you know, we've got Strixhaven obviously coming out April time, I think, off the top of my head. That I'm probably more excited from an art perspective. I'll get into that in a second, because obviously I've got like a tab open that I will be able to show you. But I think from just a art perspective, I'm not saying it's better than Lorwyn, because it's art subjective, and the art in Lorwyn is fantastic, by the way. But I think I like the style of Strixhaven more, just as a, you know, impression the arts have made on me at an initial point. So don't come at me in the comment section. Just a preference. But it was nice to see quite a few people, especially my friends, open up Lorwyn. And man, some of the arts are ridiculous. And obviously the guest artwork, and obviously the Japanese showcases. Beautiful. Chef's kiss. So I thought with the new set 2 of Riftbound coming out, and all the great supply issues that they've got, I thought it'd be cool to do a little walkthrough of some of the arts that they've got. Similar to last week, I quite like it because it's quite interactive with you watching it, and there's less like pop-ups for me, less editing. So let's go into the screen record. So I've set it by obviously the set and the kind of cool arts here. But it's the first time I've actually started looking at the arts for Riftbound. And by God, they're great. I mean, I play League of Legends, so I see a lot of these kind of arts pop up, but it's really cool to see some of these characters in a actual card form. Some of my personal faves here. I think there's a really cool Lucy one down here. I had a quick look. This Ornn one is fantastic. A really cool one. I think they got a bit of stick at the start because they were almost copy and pasting their existing art onto TCG, and I think people felt it was a bit lazy. But it's fantastic to see what they're doing so far. This Rumble is fantastic. I love this art, and a few of these, if you're not into League of Legends, you'll probably see it's really good for TCG because a lot of these characters already have different costumes or skins that, you know, they wear in game. So you'll see loads of different variants of these types of, you know, rumbles and things like that, which is almost like preset for a cool kind of TCG thing. This Jax one, very cool. It's going to be quite interesting to see which ones I've actually got in-game skin-wise. I definitely got a Severe in-game. Ezreal as a bachelor. What else do we have here? Wow, this Vayne is stunning. That is so nice. Wow, I'm actually quite took back by that. It's really cool. It'd be interesting to see how the art styles and like how the quality of the etching and stuff on the cards, because I mean, is it just foil? Let me know, because I've never actually opened one. We got signed art here, Chembo, Bo Chen even. Is that like a signed SP? Is that similar to kind of Weiß Schwarz, where you do have a couple of signed ones? Let me know. Some really cool arts here. Art set, Yone. Yeah, you got the signed ones. So cool. So cool. Darius. I do like the signed cards. I'm a sucker for this. Ooh, wow. Yeah, some of these arts are fantastic. Doombreaker. Yeah, even like kind of like going down the list in terms of like cool pieces of art. Like, oh, it's nice. It's just like a trip down memory lane for me. Like some of the abilities. It's really nice to see like a card form. I think they've done a really good job. It's certainly newer, and obviously we're getting down to the less rare things, a bit more of the stock stuff. But I mean, them arts are fantastic. I don't know about you, but that is, I'm sorry, really exciting. I think you're hopefully League of Legends or Riftbound, sorry, and default. You start printing more, because I think people will move on if they don't deliver on their supply. They've got the demand. They've already got a crazy loyal fan base. They just need the ability to deliver that to their hands, and so people can play, because if they can't, it's crazy that, you know, like Riot haven't got the kind of the production capacity to be able to print this out. People are going to move on to a different TCG, because there's so many things appearing at the moment. And, you know, you're only going to have a short window to keep them and then retain them. So fingers crossed your game keeps them occupied so far. But it'll be interesting to see how long it'll take for supply to actually appear. As I mentioned, obviously the commander decks, collector commander decks and non-collector commander decks were announced, and it's okay. It's okay. I mean, if we're looking at this here, we've got the new ones. I 160. Sorry, I can't remember what the RRP is for this one. Sorry, yeah, 159. It's nuts for one collector, and obviously as commander deck, you're not getting much in it. My personal opinion is, you know, everything you need to play popular multiplayer, you know, so it's 100 surge foil cards. I can't see the value there. I don't know if there's any more details on there on my supplier's place. It does. I really don't see this being a product that's going to be successful. Whether that be the entire set, obviously, you know, yet to be proven right or wrong, but there's something really poor, terrible timing. You know, you take the collector sample pack out of the commander thing, you make it more expensive, and then on the next set that you announce, you then say, we've got two tiers, a collector commander deck and a non-collector variant. It just seems very poorly timed, and I don't know if that's, and I'm saying that as a person that stocked it. I mean, I'm not going to stock this. I don't really believe in it. I don't think that the exposure to it right now as a new business is worth the hassle of trying to shift it. I could see these going down quite a bit in terms of value, but let me know, because it just doesn't look cool. So next up, we got the 3rd anniversary One Piece set being announced. No, I can't stock it right now. I will hopefully be at some point. It won't be the anniversary set, because that ship will have sailed by then. But this and Pokemon is on my radar. doing stuff to get to that point, but unfortunately every Tom, Dick and Harry wants it right now, so we're only just covering what it is because I like this, I love One Piece, and it's just very cool. So in the contents of this, you get one leather case, which is very cool because it's got a really lovely design to it. 3 leader cards, 4 character cards, 10 Don cards, and a storage box. Let's go into this a bit more. You've got the the 3 leader cards here. The 3 brothers, 3rd anniversary, could be, it probably is the reason why they've done it like that. Beautiful designs, and hopefully the etching will kind of give it a really lovely look to it. Here are the 4 other cards here, again the 3 brothers, and then the 3 brothers all together, and that's going to be really cool. It's nice to see them all in the different worlds, you know, from the same cloth. And then there is your exclusive sample Don cards here for you just starting out your mega deck. Really cool, and this is probably the thing that I really like the most. You know, you got the 3 brothers art here. I don't know whether it's like hot pressed or whatever it is, but the card design for this box is beautiful, and you've got your outer case there. I'd personally love to have that, but unfortunately all my money's going to this business right now. So let me know if you've managed to get it pre-ordered, because you can just get a little jealous Eddie reaction, a little bit really cool though. The Weiß Schwarz DanDaDan set came out, or DanDaDan. I'm always like, is it DanDaDan or DanDaDan? I love this anime. I've just recently, well, not so recently, finished season 2 of it. One of the funniest animes I like, but I thought I'd go through the card list on this because I don't really ever see too much content of Weiß Schwarz, and it's also a product I sell, so if I can get you excited about it, maybe I'll make a sale. But here's some of the set here. We've got some really cool cards. If you've never seen Weiß Schwarz before, they always have crazy good print quality. Obviously, a lot of these arts are took from the anime. There are some exclusive arts in here. The reason you're seeing multiple ones is there are SP variants, so these will have crazy cool etchings. So see Turbo Granny here, really cool pieces of art, but when you see them, they are beautiful. Ooh. Let's click off that. You got one of the, I think that's potentially one of the exclusive arts there. The cool ones, you got, I think, the sample card, not sample, signed cards, the hot pressed signed cards here and here. These are the ones from the set. Really, really cool. I love the kind of like mixy, you know, when you mix paint together and it has that really cool effect. What else did catch my eye down here? I think was you've got the other few. Got the Anni. This is really cool here. One of the event cards. I think there is the actual art for the set down below. Over here, this one's probably the one I would like to get in a card form. The SP version of Endless Oculate and Youth. Really cool. I don't think there's really much more down here below that. Could be wrong, but let's have a look here. That creeped me the hell out back in the day. I was watching that by myself. Lovely cow. Remember that part? The infinite milk. And yeah, there's not really too much to say unless you obviously are a massive Weiß Schwarz fan. But I mean, I personally really like looking at these cards. I think they are the best in the industry at doing print quality. I think it's very closely followed by Bandai, but Weiß Schwarz, I think #1 for me. Just the etching and arts are beautiful. They look like they take care of everything they do. Next up, obviously, we've got the Magic the Gathering Strixhaven or Secrets of Strixhaven set, and this is something where we can have a look in and see what we know so far that could be included. Obviously, this is from the Magic website itself. So, you know, it's kind of following the story. I believe it's got a story to it. I'm very new, but this is when I said, you know, the art is a bit more up my street than the kind of Lorwyn style. Very kind of cool and epic styles of the art. Of course, is subjective, so don't come for me. Play booster, collector booster, draft night, commander. The codex is a really cool one. Quite a few people have messaged me about this, which is quite exciting. I love the little the dice here that comes with it, and of course you get the bundle commander decks. This is going to be an interesting couple because it's 5. Be interesting to see when or what comes out of this, and you get the pre-release events. I'm not a local game store, so you'll have to support your local game store to go and get that. But I think what we know so far, don't win that. So it is really quite cool. So setting is the university composed of 5 colleges founded by the Elder Dragons, which is probably why we've got 5 decks, 1 from each school or college. So March of the Machines was the last time we were there, and there was a side story, Radiant Heart. So it's like, it is really nice. It kind of, obviously, don't come for me in case I didn't have poorly references, but it just gives almost a Vox Machina type of vibe when the way it's telling the story, at least. So yeah, it's got a lot of backstory to it. I'm not going to read it all out, but so yeah, there's some cool stuff like in terms of like Magecraft and obviously potential other. It's going to be story based potentially. This is speculation, by the way. But you know, this is a very Draft Sim is a very reputable place for Magic information. It'd be quite cool to see how it goes, but there is also another lovely story going on in the space, and I'm sure if you follow Magic the Gathering or play it, you've probably heard of it by now. But yeah, the stakeholders of Magic are suing Hasbro. So it's essentially they're suing themselves. People who invested in Magic the Gathering believe that Hasbro have overprinted on purpose to cover up and generate revenue as a overall business to make their profits and losses not look as bad for the years. And it's quite interesting because I think a lot of people who I follow that have been in the Magic space way longer than me kind of already go like, we already know this, but it's quite interesting that it's actually happening now. And that's more so the suing, the lawsuits coming from them saying they've damaged the long-term value of the brand, the secondary market and so on by reprinting all these sets, and all the value that they had kind of just tanked. And that goes from like the Magic, is it 30th anniversary $1,000 set, or like a promo thing that they had, which is crazy. And all the secret lair stuff that's been churning out. It's going to be quite interesting to see how this develops, because yeah, overproducing your own thing is quite a negative. I think many companies that are smaller that have done that have gone under. I know Magic itself has nearly gone under previously, so it'll be certainly interesting to keep a finger on the pulse and see how that develops over the course of the next 6 months, a year. I don't know how long these things usually take, but it'll be quite interesting. It's just a bit sad that it's kind of came from the inside, but hopefully they're Magic fans and they're just kind of protecting an IP, and there's a reason why they haven't just invested in it and they're doing it for money as well. It'd be nice to think that people are just standing up for the brand and it's not other money hungry people trying to protect that against other equally money hungry people. Right, well, that's it for this episode. If you do enjoy this, leave a comment. Let me know what you liked, you didn't like, and if you feel like seeing some more, hit that subscribe button. And yeah, I'll see you next week on the video. Hope you're having a lovely rest of your week, and yeah, ciao.